An incomplete and likely inaccurate Trench Crusade Timeline. 1072. Ominous celestial signs warn of the disruption of God's plan. Heretical cults multiply. The Order of Knights Templar is established. They set their sights on capturing the Temple Mount. 1099. The First Crusade captures Jerusalem. The Knights Templar commit the act of ultimate heresy. The Gate of Hell appears on Earth. Jerusalem is destroyed in the Cataclysm. 1101. The Year of Three Battles. Heretics, reinforced by the armies of the Third Circle of Hell, conquer the entirety of the Levant. 1102. The ancient city of Antioch is fortified and becomes the focal point of resistance against the forces of Hell. 1106. Kobar becomes the first tyrant of the 66. 1109. The Great Sultanate of the Invincible Iron Wall of the Two Horns that Pierce the Sky is formed. In the coming decades, it unifies the Islamic factions. The Great Iron Wall of Iskandar re-emerges and is fortified against the heretics. 1117. The legendary 17 martyrs travel to the domains of Hell to convert the heretics. They are captured, tortured, and preserved in the throes of death, trapped for eternity within white-hot burning altars. 1165. The Old Man of the Mountain and his assassins defend the mountain fortress of Alamat. Reportedly, the castle endures, despite being besieged for hundreds of years. 1215 to 1306. The Wars of Triclavianism. The Church is divided, engulfed in fierce internal conflict. Heretic domains spread as the faithful turn against each other. Millions perish by sword and flame. 1312. The first communicants are created. Their entry into the war steadies the battlefront. 1346 to 1353. Beelzebub unleashes the Black Grail. Tens of millions are infected, transforming into metatastic vessels in the worst plague humanity has ever known. The corpse wars begin. 1429. Living Saint Jean d'Arc drives the Black Grail from mainland Europe. 1477. The city of Argos is taken by God and is no more. 1503. War prophet Angelus, guided by Saint Eligius, discovers the formula for orichalcum steel. Though exorbitantly costly to produce, the metal proves to be highly effective against all missile weapons and remains in use to this day. 1545. Antioch is annihilated by a mysterious infernal weapon. 1573. The Sacred Order of the Dragon halts the infernal advance after the destruction of Byzantium. Word spreads of 1 million heretics impaled in the hills of Wallachia. 1588. The Unified Church compiles the New Orthodox Syncretic Bible. 1595. The walls of New Antioch are completed. 1666. The Year of Six Woes. In a surprise raid, the newly created heretic fleet captures Gibraltar. The Rock becomes the sea fortress, serving as the heretic base of operations against Europe. Forces of Hell gain access to the Atlantic. 1670. Due to constant coastal raids by the heretic fleet, the Crown of England begins the construction of the fortress of the White Cliffs of Dover. 1703. Against all odds, A small force of Hebrew knights striking from their secret fortress destroys the Templar stronghold at Acre. 1721. The third siege of New Antioch is lifted by the combined forces of Sultan Ibrahim, reinforced by a contingent of Tulak warriors from the east and a relief fleet of the Papal States from the west. 1789. The Grand Fleet of the heretic Admiral Aminadab launches a full invasion of the Highlands. Bitter guerrilla warfare rages for decades as the Scots struggle to expel the invaders. The population is devastated. 1805. The heretic fleet commanded by High Captain Ranga triumphs over England's navy in the Battle of the Bloody Cliffs. Admiral Nelson is slain in combat. 1807. The heretic Basilisk fleet invades Eire. The High King Murdoch leads the clans against the invaders, but is slain at the Battle of Waterford. The Irish wage a century-long guerrilla campaign to reclaim their land. 1866. In utmost secrecy, heretic scientists, aided by the demon Marbas, construct the first modern submarines. 1870. Launched from Gibraltar, the heretic submarine fleet inflicted severe losses on merchant navies, causing widespread famine. 1872. Heretic forces storm and seize the city of Rijeka. It is fortified, and the heretic conquest is launched against the European mainland. 1892. The heretics are expelled from Eire. An audacious raid by combined Fianna flying columns sinks the heretic flagship Hymn of Obscenity at anchor. 1894. The year of the Broken Trinity. In a synchronized strike, 3 master death commandos, Cain, Barabbas, and Haman, assassinate the Supreme Pontiff, the High Prophetess Aela, and the Holy Roman Emperor, plunging the faithful into turmoil. Simultaneously, the heretic legions, commanded by Hell's nobles of the Seventh Circle, launch a lightning offensive in the Levant and Europa, bolstered by a huge vanguard of tanks. 1899. Church space program commences. 1905. The supply fleet of New Antioch is ambushed and destroyed by the heretic fleet. The wreckage washes ashore along the Levant, creating the Carcass Front. Achish, the Lord of the 66, launches the 8th siege of New Antioch even as he strikes at the Iron Sultanate, aiming to divide and destroy the armies of the faithful. The Duke of New Antioch falls in battle, but a hastily assembled relief force eventually defeats the heretic armies. 1907. The construction of the moving fortress of Britannia is completed. 1910. The Battle of Cordoba results in a bloody stalemate. Heretic artillery obliterates the ancient city, but their forces fail to gain access to the heartlands of Hispania. 1914. The present day. Both sides are preparing for major offensive operations. Skirmishes and raids intensify across the vast swaths of no man's land as the faithful and the heretics vie for crucial information, powerful relics, and strategic positions.